All right, so we already talked about this. This is kind of what we told them to be doing. We should be doing this better, if anybody's interested. And then we had a really interesting set of interactions with insurance. Um, Insurance came in, as you would expect. Insurance did not want to pay, and they started acting really squirrely right out of the gate. The customer brought in, at our recommendation, legal counsel that deals with insurance companies. The insurance company got right with it pretty quick after that. But the insurance company started guiding the customer to say, okay, well, if we're going to pay the ransom, we want to pay it towards the end of the month because the threat actors have a quota to hit. And so the closer to the end of the month, the more negotiating we have. And so they started working with them. They actually knew the Black Cat guys on a first name basis, first fake name, but first name basis, and knew how they worked and knew what they were going to ask for. And then as part of the ransom payment, the service from the Black Cat folks was they would explain to us exactly where they got in and how they did it. And so we got on a conference call with these guys and they just walked us through start to finish exactly what they did. Now, you got to take it with a grain of salt. We scrubbed the network and we found other things that were non-disclosed, shocking, but that's the type of relationship. This is definitely a business transaction for a lot of these threat actors out there, right? But the ransom was paid to prevent the data leak. We think the data was still leaked. So we actually suggested they not pay the ransom because you can't really trust these folks. But that's kind of how this whole thing went down.